Hey, First Baptist Youth, I hope you have had a good week this week. And we have been talking the last few weeks about the fruit of the Spirit from Galatians. And one of those is faithfulness. And we are in the sanctuary, which looks a little different than maybe you're used to. There's a ladder and here and back there. We've been working on a few things. And that kind of reminded me, maybe you've been on a mission trip before. I know some of you have been to Passport and there are missions events. I know some of you have taken trips with youth or with your family to work on some things, and you're entrusted with responsibilities. Maybe you mow the grass, or maybe you help build something, help put up drywall, help paint on some of these mission trip type events. Maybe you have some things around the house, I would bet, I know some of you do, that you're entrusted with. Maybe it's to clean your room or take out the trash or do other chores. And so we're going to talk about faithfulness, and as you are faithful in those chores, maybe your parents and grandparents trust you with some other chores, or maybe they're not chores. Maybe they're other bigger responsibilities that you really want. So let's look at a passage from Luke 16, verse 10 here. Whoever is faithful in very little is faithful also in much, and whoever is dishonest in very little is dishonest also in much. If then you have not been faithful with the dishonest wealth, who will entrust you to true riches? And if you have not been faithful with what belongs to someone else, who will give you what is your own? Jesus' point here is that we start to show we're faithful and we're trustworthy with a very little. And then as we grow up, as you all are all growing up, once you've shown you're trustworthy, our parents often give us their trust in other things. So I know for some of you, you are starting to drive. Maybe driving is just right around the corner. Maybe you're a few years from that and going, man, I can't wait till I drive. But you're probably going to have to earn some trust around the house for your parents to give you the car keys to the car, right? They're not just going to hand it over. Well, you've never cleaned your room, you've never done any chores, you haven't been real responsible, but here are the car keys. That's usually not how it works. And that's kind of Jesus' point. We show that we're trustworthy and we show that we're faithful. And God, much in the same way as our parents do, trust us with more when we show that we're faithful. And so I hope you will be faithful to God and continue along your walk of reading Scripture and praying and doing all the things that build your relationship with God. But I also want you to remember God is faithful to you. So if you're going through a tough time or you're going through some challenges, that God is always there to listen. You can pray at any time. God is faithful to all of us, even in times where we might not be faithful to God. So I hope you remember that God is faithful to you. I hope you are being faithful and trustworthy in who you are, both to God and to your families. I want to say that I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Know that we're praying for you and we care about you.